Session. Okay, so first of all, I welcome you all to the demo session of data analysis. Myself, Harish, and I will be going to take this session for next 1 hour of time for you in this introduction part of data analysis course. So today's session is going to be considered as your first free class for the data analysis course, because today I am going to introduce you to the complete data analysis course and all the details about that, how we are going to convey the things to you in this course. Before I start this session, I would like to introduce about myself. So the trainer, whoever I am going to take the class today, my name is Harish. Okay, myself Harish, and I'm having close to 9+ years of experience and working as a data analyst and also teaching experience as a data analyst. I'm currently working as a lead data analyst and having experience working on the skills of Databricks, PySpark, Python, SQL, Tableau, as well as Power BI. And I have a wide range of experience working on the projects from the domains of banking sector, financial sector, healthcare, and also in the telecommunication domain. And over the past 9+ years, I am been into the teaching field as well, where I have taught so many kind of students, close to some 1,000+ of students in this data analysis domain. And every subject that we teach is going to be started from the basics to advanced. See, the overall contents that we are going to deliver here is going to make a student according to the real-time data analyst profile. And here the concepts we are going to cover with most of the practical side, because you are all here to get a job as a data analyst. So to get a job, the primary thing is to have a practical knowledge. In the interviews, they'll be going to test your real-time knowledge or the practical knowledge. So that way, we are going to teach the students to make them very much excel in their particular interviews when you go for any data analysis related things. So that is what is the aim, and we are following the same thing for helping the students in landing upon the job by the time you complete this data analysis course. So today's course agenda is going to be the complete session we are going to spend on understanding what is this data analysis, why and where we are going to use this, what are the different types of steps involved in data analysis, and also related to the skill set what we are going to teach you, and various other things from our side we are going to provide is also going to be covered. So I would like to start the things by explaining you all with respect to the 3 W's of data analysis, which is going to be, first of all, what is data analysis, why we are using it, and also where we are using it. So let me start with that definition. So what is data analysis? So what is data analysis? It's the first question. So focus on these questions, guys. You'll get a very good understanding by the end of this session. Okay. So what is this data analysis? See, most of these students, when you are going to join in this session, you might also have one small doubt in your mind related to the eligibility criteria. Let me cover that and I'll go for the definition. Okay. So what kind of questions you might generally people might have is, so I am learning this data analysis. So am I able to excel in this particular course? Is it suitable for me? Or can I able to get the better understanding or not? These kind of general doubts, it might be possible in the student's mind. So that's the reason why, let me first of all tell you what are the different types of categories of students mostly joins in our data analysis course. So mostly there are 3 different categories of students, I'll say. Some of you might be freshers, am I right? Some of you might be freshers, and some of you might be having some career gap, and some of you might be already working professionals either in the IT sector or in the non-IT sector. Either in the IT or in the non-IT, you might be working already, but you wanted to shift to the data analysis domain. So mostly these types of categories of students joins in our session. So you are also might be one of the following categories student. So you no need to worry whatever might be the background you people are coming from. You are all eligible to learn this data analysis. We have a confined kind of career paths decided for every background of student. We will help you people in that particular career path, and will help you in getting the job after completion of this data analysis course. So let us try to understand. So this is about the eligibility criteria. You are all eligible to learn this data analysis. If you have anything in your mind, just take it out. Focus on this session now in a positive mindset. Okay. So let us try to understand about the definition of data analysis. If you observe this term, data analysis, it is having two different words in that. One is data and other one is analysis. So what is meant by data? Data in the sense what? Data means information. It can be anything. It can be anything. We call that as information. Suppose if I ask about you, like what is your name, what is your date of birth, what is your mobile number, what is your email address, or what is your kind of other number, what is your PAN number. These kind of details, if I gather from you, that is nothing but data. If I gather the same information from 100 students, still it's a data. If I gather it from some 1 lakh of students, that is still a data. So there is so much of information, that information, if we are going to call it as data. And what is meant by analysis? Analysis means generally we are going to examine or observe something deeply. That is nothing but analysis. Examining or else observing something deeply. Okay, examining something deeply, we call that as analysis. So what you're going to examine or observe deeply here is you're going to do the data examining or data observation. That is nothing but data analysis. So now the combined definition with a one single statement, if I wanted to say, I can say it is the process. It is the process of analyzing the data, analyzing the data to find the insights. Okay, to find what? Insights. So whatever is the process that you're going to follow here for analyzing the data to find out the insights, we call it as data analysis. So in this definition, if you observe something, we have something called as process here. What is generally meant by process? Process in the sense different steps are involved in that. So that at the time only we will consider it's a process. And we're going to do that particular steps to analyze the data to find the insight. This is another new word. What is the meaning of insights? Is simple terminology. If I want to tell you, we call it as output of data analysis. DA stands for data analysis, or some another words also you can call it as findings. Okay, you call it as what? Findings. And something called as unseen trends, something which we can't able to see with our eyes, that is called as unseen trends. So findings or unseen trends or output of data analysis, but mostly used word is insights. Try to remember this word in the data analysis, is very important terminology. So we're going to follow different steps for analyzing the data to find out the outputs of the data analysis, that is called as data analysis definition. So here, how many steps are involved in the sense? Total 5-step process. Data analysis is a 5-step process. What are those 5 steps? We'll see in some time. We'll be going to understand these 5 steps. But overall definition is this. We have now understood about what is the definition of data analysis. Now the next focus is on the important question here about why data analysis is used. This is a very, very important one to understand. So focus here. I'm going to spend some time to make you understand about this why question. So let us focus here and understand. So I'm going to take some examples to explain you this importance. So try to understand the things. Let's say I'm running a small shop. Okay, in my near to the home, I'm running a small business, and in that particular small business, I just wanted to understand how my business is going on. I want simply anybody who runs a business, they will always try to understand how the business is going on. Is it going well, or any problem is coming or not? You just want to understand that. So to understand that kind of things, you need to have some data first. Okay, what you need? Data. If you don't have a data, we can't able to find anything. Data is a very, very important point first. If you don't have a data, we can't able to do anything. Analysis itself is not possible. If you have a data, then you can perform some analysis. So where is the data? Is whatever the business you do, according to that you're going to store some data. As I mentioned, I'm running a small business, right? So I'm storing some data there. So what is the type of data I'm storing is, so if a customer comes to my shop and do some kind of shopping, whatever the sales amount they are going to buy, I'm making a note of it. So I'm making a note of the time. Morning 9 a.m. I have opened my shop and a customer came and made some 100 rupees of sales. At 9:15 a.m. one more customer came and made some 50 rupees. At some 9:30 a.m. some 150 rupees. Like that, I'm noting it down until in the evening time. I close at 10 p.m. I'm making a note of all the sales amounts, and in the end in the day, I'm making total. So total here, let me say today I have received some 5,000 rupees of sales. Total amount of sales is how much? 5,000 rupees of sales. So this type of information, if I store in the day end, I can able to calculate what is the total amount of sales I made. 5,000 rupees of sales. I can also able to understand how much of sales I made in the morning time, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. How much of sales I made from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And after that, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And from 4 p.m. to night 10 p.m. How much of sales I made. I'm able to note it down in this way also. So these are all nothing but what? Insights. Total sales, the sales happening at every time. These are all insights. By using this is the data. This is your data. How much of sales happened at 9 a.m., 9:15 a.m. you have written, right? This is nothing but your data, and whatever the things you're going to identify, these all things, total sales and what about the sales happening at every time, these are nothing but my insights. So you finally observe here with this particular data only, I'm able to do these calculations and understand how my business is going on. Am I right? If I don't have this data, just assume I'm asking you, please tell me what is the total sales. How can I say? It's not possible to say, right? So to understand this type of information, data is a very, very important. So in the companies, data is like a fuel in the sense for a vehicle to move forward, how a petrol or a diesel is required. Same way for a company or any business to move forward, this data is like a fuel for you. It's like a petrol and diesel for that particular business to move forward. That much of importance this data is having. If data is there, definitely people will analyze it by using these data analyst jobs. That is the reason data analyst jobs are having more demand in the market, because every company is storing the data, and there some person is needed to do the analysis. I'll tell you why that is needed. Suppose, see, in the example number one, in the small shop that I have been taken, I noted down the entire information on a piece of paper, and I'm able to find out the insights in the day end or in the month end, like that. Now I am talking about some company. Let me say the company named as Zomato. There is a company named as Zomato. I guess most of you know what is the job the or the business Zomato will do. Zomato will deliver the food items from the restaurant to the customers. Suppose if I place an order now in the Zomato app, they'll store some details regarding my order. Let's say some order ID they will provide. Who is the customer placed an order? They will note it down. What is the food item I ordered? In which restaurant I ordered? And what is the payment? What is the payment? Is it a cash on delivery or credit card or a debit card or UPI? And also related to the delivery agent. Who is the delivery agent giving the order? And what is the delivery time taken? This kind of lot of information will be stored in the Zomato. Now I am asking you, if I wanted to know total how many orders I received in the Zomato today, I can able to say, if I can say have some data with me, right? So they can't able to write down the data in this piece of paper like how I'm doing here. Because why? In my first example scenario, my shop was very small one and number of customers coming, I am able to note it down very easily like this. But how can I write it in the Zomato company? Suppose in the 9 a.m. they open, they might get 5 orders. By the time you write it, 1 a.m., you might get one more 10 orders. By the 9:10 a.m., you might receive one more 15 orders. So by the time you now write it down, this 15 orders itself, another 15 was stacking up. So you know how many orders a Zomato will get one day? Browsing online, it was close to 8 lakhs of orders per day. In one day, Zomato will get 8 lakhs of orders. See that much of orders. This is not amount, guys. 8 lakhs of orders per day. See that much of 8 lakhs of orders I can't able to represent on a piece of paper like this, because it is not possible. Very, very, very huge amounts of data. That is the reason why the companies are going to store your data in terms of databases, or else some servers, or else some cloud. So they will opt for this kind of networks, and they are going to store your big amount of data in these types of places. So when you have this amount of big size data for performing the analysis, you need some skill set, because it's a very small amount of data. If I ask you to perform the total, it's very easy. Using calculator, you will do that. And how much of 9 a.m. to 12 a.m., it's very easy for you to do. But what if I am asking you to do some analysis on this 8 lakhs of orders per day? I can't able to use some mobile calculators to calculate, right? I need some kind of technical skill set to analyze these large amounts of data. That is where our data analysis course has come into the picture. This data analysis course, whatever the subject you're going to learn, it can be SQL, it can be Power BI, it can be Tableau, it can be Python, whichever the skill might be, you are going to have that in this skill set to analyze that large amounts of data. Very small amounts of data, if you have, that is very easy to do. If this amount of big data, if I ask you what is the total orders count, the sum of sales, what is the profit I got, okay, and how many orders. Like one more question I'll ask you, see, suppose these things are very easy to calculate, right? Some extra things I'll ask you, see, suppose in the city of Hyderabad, between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., how many people ordered non-veg items? How many people ordered non-veg food items in the Hyderabad city between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.? See, this is about adding some filter conditions and finding out the results and all. So this much of big kind of insights, if you want to find out, I can't able to manually. I need some skill set, like it can be SQL, or it can be Power BI, or it can be Python, like different types of skills you need. That is what we are going to learn in this particular data analysis course. That is the reason why we are all here to learn this data analysis. So now we are going to study about understanding this one. So why data analysis is used? We are using this data analysis to analyze the large amounts of data once I find out the insights. So what you're going to do when you have your data, you're going to do the analysis. With this analysis, you're going to find out what? Insights. And these insights, I am in the sense the business people. The business people are going to make some decisions. What about these decisions now? Let us try to understand. If I wanted to understand regarding my business, regarding insights, I am able to using that, I can able to find out, okay, by looking at the insights, I came to know some of the places I am not getting many orders. There are different cities in the India. In few of the cities, I am not getting an expected orders, so that I'll focus more on that particular city to increase that order count. That is possible when you know the insights. Those insights, I'm going to make some decisions. Suppose in the Hyderabad city, I'm not getting expected number of orders per day. Earlier, last 1 week like that, you're getting more number of orders. But recently, from the last 1 week, I'm not getting many orders as expected. That is a problem. So I'm going to focus on that place. What is the reason? Why it is not able to get more orders? I'll make some decisions, and I'll be going to improve my business because of that. So that growth is possible because of this decision that you're going to take. So this is how the flow is. First of all, you'll be going to have a data that I'm going to do the analysis. The insights I get is used by the businesses to make some decisions. Because of those decisions, your company's growth is going to be decided. This is the complete reason why we are using data analysis. Any company, any kind of business you take, I'm deleting everything, guys. Okay, deleting everything. So any type of company, whatever the things you take, the data analysis is used in that to help the businesses in making some decisions. Okay, so businesses are using the data analysis insights to make better decisions, which will help the business to grow. Okay, businesses are using the data analysis insights to make better decisions, that is going to help that particular business in getting the growth. That is the reason why we are going to use this data analysis. Now let us try to understand where we are going to use, because I told you it is used in so many places, right? So what are few of the companies? So I'd like to start with e-commerce. So I guess most of you know about e-commerce industries, right? So starting with Amazon, we have something called as Flipkart and some Walmart. These are very big world e-commerce biggest kind of companies. And we also have something related to some quick commerce companies like Zepto, Blinkit, Instamart, and some food delivery apps like Swiggy, Zomato, online ride booking apps like Uber, Rapido, online shopping platforms like Myntra, Azio, Meesho. These kind of lot of companies are going to use our data analysis as a concept over there to analyze their data. And in the banking sector and financial services, and also in the companies related to the insurance companies, they're all uses the data analysis. And in the healthcare, when I talk about healthcare, it can be hospitals and also the pharmaceutical companies. They're all uses the data analysis. Okay. And also in the sports and games also, even we uses this data analysis to help the players in improving their performance. It can be any sport you take: cricket, football, hockey, badminton, wrestling. There we use the data analysis to help the players in improving their overall performance. If a player is not performing well, simply we are going to help the player in understanding where they're making a mistake, and will help them in improving their overall performance. That's way you can able to use the data analysis in the sports and games. And also here I'm going to use this data analysis in the telecommunication, in the stock markets. Okay, in the stock markets or in the real estate markets. It can be in the education domain. Biggest edutech companies are also uses this data analysis. Okay, and you can take in the software industry entirely, non-IT sector, whichever the domain you consider, the data analysis is being used in that particular place. When a skill that you are learning, if it is mostly used in different types of companies, the only kind of thing you can understand is more job opportunities will be there. If a company wants to understand their data, they need a data analyst. So most of the companies need this data analyst, means more employment opportunities are there in the market. The more employment opportunities, when I say, it is available for each and every type of experienced person. You can say you are a fresher or having some career gap, or you're already having some experience. Whatever might be the background you people are coming from, you are all able to get that opportunities in an equal manner. There is no kind of bias present. So data analysis skill set is having a good career growth in the future also. There is no impact of your artificial intelligence much on this data analysis. We are even trying to teach you people this course with the help of artificial intelligence over each and every skill set. How much easily you can able to write down the programs, how easily you can able to do the analysis also. We are going to include in this data analysis course with our artificial intelligence methods. So you are going to be in the trend of data analyst market. With the updated skill set, your profile is going to be available in the market. Okay, so I just focused as of now to explain you people regarding the 3 W's of data analysis. I explain you what is data analysis, why we are using, and where we are using. This I have explained because of the students should understand the importance and the impact of data analysis. Any skill that you are learning, you should know the impact of that particular skill set on our day-to-day life. If more impact is there for that skill, there is a good demand, good opportunities also will be present. So that is how the data analysis is important for us. So let us move forward to the next part. I'm going to explain now about what are the steps involved in the data analysis. What are the steps involved in this data analysis? Because I told you when I'm discussing about this process, I told it's a 5-step process. What are those 5 steps? Now we are going to understand. So first step is about understanding the business requirements. Okay, understanding the business requirements. So what is it meant by when I say understanding the business requirements? Any project, when you start working as a data analyst, first thing you should have is what are the requirements? What is the project is about? Who is the client? What is the business they do? What are the expectations they're having on this particular project? You should have that basic understanding of the project and the business related aspects. So that is the reason why here the first step I have written as understanding the business requirements. It is not expected to have much technical skill set to handle this particular step. It's a very easy step. Okay, it's a very easy step, but actual things will start from the second step onwards, because you're going to work on bringing the data, that is called as data collection or else data gathering. So what is data collection or data gathering? Data collection or data gathering is the step where you're going to need the data first of all to perform the analysis. I told you without data, performing analysis is not possible. There is no absolute meaning of data analysis if you don't have data. Am I right? So you need data first. Who will give you the data? That can be the next question. Who is going to give us the data? For whichever the client you are going to work out. Suppose if you are working in the banking domain, the bank, suppose if you are working for an HDFC bank as a project, they are going to provide you the data. Whatever the data they wanted you to analyze, and what is the data present in their particular company is going to be shared. Now you need to understand about this data collection or data gathering. There is a lot of amount of data present with each and every client. If you consider, for example, any banking domain client, any bank you take, what type of information generally a bank will store? If you consider, they'll be first of all going to store some customers related information. What about the customers related information? For example, I went to a bank and I opened an account today. They will store my name, my details related to date of birth, what is my Aadhaar number, what is my PAN card number. This kind of general information they are going to store. That is nothing but customers. And same way, whatever the transactions I perform, that related transactions informations they will store. And any debit card or credit cards I'm having, related to that information they will store. And also any kind of loans if I have taken, related to that information they will store. So whatever the information, the business they perform, they'll be going to store that data. This data is only for banking. Suppose if I go for some Amazon type of a company, what type of data they are going to store over in the Amazon companies? In the Amazon type of a company also, you might be going to have the customers related information. What are the orders you place? What are the returns you place? Who are the sellers? And where are the warehouses of their company? Like different types of data. Any company you take, according to the work they do, their data is going to be stored. The data of banking, data of Amazon is different, right? So that is what here, when you are going to work for any project, first of all you need data. If you are working for a banking client, you have so much of data in the banking, right? Whatever is the data needed for you, you're going to only bring that data. It depends on, again, you're understanding the requirements. Suppose for example, in the banking client, they're asking you to analyze only the loans related data. So what you're going to do, you don't need transactions, you don't need customers, or you don't need any debit card or credit card related information. You don't need what? Only loans related data. So you're only going to collect that particular data. That is what is data collection or gathering. So data collection or gathering step is to bring the data that is needed for us to perform the analysis. Again, I'm repeating, which data we are going to get? Data that is needed for us to perform the analysis we are going to bring in this data collection or gathering step. Once you have brought the data, then our next steps will start. Second step aim is to bring the data. Simple way, if you want to understand in one single line, bringing the data needed for our analysis. Or else I'll explain one more term. In terms of tables, I will say overall in this particular bank, if you have some 100 tables, you have some how many? 100 tables. Customers 20 tables, transactions 20 tables, like that. So which data you want is only loans related data you want. Loans are only having in 20 tables. So you're only going to select what? Select only those 20 tables from the entire available 100 tables. So selecting the data that you needed from the entire available information is called as data collection or data gathering. Okay, now comes the third step, which is a very, very important step in this process, which is data cleaning or else data transformations. So here you should understand one thing. I have a data in the second step, right? I brought the data. I need 20 tables. So you brought this 20 tables. Why do I need to clean the data? Why can't we directly go ahead and perform the analysis? That is a general doubt we might get, right? I have data. Why can't I directly go ahead and perform some analysis? Why do I need to clean it? The reason is the data that you have collected that might be having some inconsistencies or some missing data or some kind of wrong information. With those, if you perform the analysis, it won't give you the correct result. I will tell you with some example. For example, consider this is our data. Okay, this is an e-commerce data and the client has given me this data and they're asking me to analyze this data. See, the problem with this particular data is, if you consider there is a missing information, there is no data present in this particular place, information is missing. So that is one issue. And there is some inconsistency of data. So you and I know the laptop spelling of these are different, but still same product. This is the same product, this is the same product, only we are going to consider because both of them are, even though spelling is mistake, we know that. But when you are performing analysis in the SQL or Python or Power BI, these two products are different, they will treat. Two products are different, they will treat. What is the problem if they treat differently? If the client asking you, tell me what is the total profit I got for laptops. So what is the SQL or Python or Power BI will do? It will only consider this is a laptop and they will say only 2000. This product is not a laptop, they will say separately 1000. Overall they'll say 2000 rupees is the profit, but actually is what? Actually 2000 plus 1000, 3000 is the total profit you got for the laptop. Because of this data inconsistency, you are unable to get the correct result. incorrect results you are going to get because of the data inconsistencies. So that is what I'm trying to explain you people. Always remember the products that you are going to write down or whatever the data you're getting. You need to have a clean kind of data. Same thing with the mobile spelling and mobile spelling here also. And one more thing is the data. Suppose carefully observe this data, whatever you have been taken here, this particular order, okay, and also this last order. If you consider these two orders, okay, if you consider these two orders, for these two orders, order ID is same product name, same country, UK, same sales amount, 25,000, 25,000, same profit, 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees. So every column information is same for these two rows. So these are called as duplicates. What is meant by data duplicate is, if the same information is represented in both the places, we call it as a data duplicate. Okay, duplicate of data. What is the issue with these duplicates? Suppose the client is asking me, tell me what is the total profit I got for the mobiles. What you will say? Here there is 1,000 rupees, here there is 1,000 rupees, you will say 2,000 rupees. But in the client account, it is only showing as 1,000 rupees, but you are saying it's 1,000 rupees. See, there is a misinformation coming. I told you right. I told you right. What is the problem if you don't clean the data? I have a data, and if I directly perform analysis, you'll get these kind of wrong results. You'll get this kind of wrong results. So that's the reason always once you bring the data, you perform the data cleaning. This is some examples I'm telling. In the companies when you go, there will be some more other issues will come. So we are going to work on cleaning that particular data before I move forward for the analysis. That is the step I'm going to call as data cleaning or data transformations. What is another issue here is, under this sales column, if you observe, every sales amount is in terms of Indian rupees. But apart from this one, how I'm saying Indian rupees means generally the data here, no symbol or the currency is shown. So I'm considering it's in Indian rupees, but only one product information is present in the USD, in the sense United States dollar. So I will need to represent this information in terms of Indian rupees. So convert this $476 into Indian rupees. So that is another transformation. So cleaning and data transformations are going to be very much important piece of work you are going to do to get the correct results. So now I identified what is the problem and all. Now let us see how to clean this particular data. So it's a very small data, right? So let us see how to do it. Simply I'm considering the data by removing the duplicate first. I have dropped the duplicates. I removed this extra record, and this is the place my data is. And I came and went back to the client to understand what is the name of the product. In the information they shared, I don't have the product name. So went back to the client and asked. They told me that the name of that product is actually television. Let me say it's a television. And the data inconsistency also, I made a change. Okay, I made a change of the data inconsistency also. And also this one, sales amount in terms of Indian rupees, if I wanted to show, $1 is 84 rupees, right? So 476 into 84, if you do, you'll get somewhere close to 40,000 rupees, 40,000 Indian rupees. So this is the table. Now you just observe it, guys. Suppose if you just compare the things with the first table and second table, if you consider this is my first table, this is my second table. So which table is suitable for performing data analysis? That's the question. So blindly we can say what? Second table can be the table which can give me the correct results. So I will use that table for performing analysis, not the first table. So this transformation or cleaning, making the second table from the first table, this is what is a step I'm calling it as data cleaning. So here some other term also you can get it. Whatever the first table you have, that can be considered as your unstructured data, and the table that you're having here can be considered as your structured data. So making your unstructured data to structured, and this structured data is what I am going to perform the analysis upon, not this unstructured data. We can't able to perform the analysis upon this unstructured data. Always we'll use this structured data to perform the analysis. So data cleaning is a very, very important step, guys. If you can able to focus more on the data cleaning activities in Python, it can be, or in the Power BI it can be, or in the SQL it can be. You can able to even apply for the data engineering positions. So try to focus more on this. Even if you go for data science, okay, even if you go for data science, they also need these data cleaning activities. Everybody needs these data cleaning activities. Data analysts need it, data engineer need it, and data scientist also need it. So multiple opportunities you are going to focus. That's the thing. Even we say in our course, once you learn the things in our data analysis skill set, you will also able to apply for data engineer roles, data science roles, even for the business analyst roles. Different types of opportunities you are going to get. That is what I'm trying to say here. So you'll get it. Okay, I'll tell you. So as of now, I am explaining about the data cleaning, right? Let me stick to that. So I have made this data as a structured format of the data. Now what is the next thing? I am going to go for the next step. I have cleaned my data, and performing analysis is much more simple for me. How to perform the analysis here? I wanted to understand what is the profit I'm getting for every product. So there are three products I sold: laptop, mobile, and television. Overall, even though I got 5 orders, remaining 2 orders are also again laptop and mobile. Tell me how much is the profit I got for laptop. See, if you can go here, 2000 rupees is one profit, 1000 rupees is another profit, added 3000 rupees. For mobile, here it is 1000 rupees, here it is 500 rupees. So both if you add it, 1500 rupees. And for television, it's only just one single order. That itself is going to be my total amount, that is 2000 rupees. So this is how I have got it, product wise profit. For every product, what is the total profit I have been got. So how much is about the product wise profit, you are able to say it easily. Because why? You're only having 5 orders. Just assume, guys, if you have some 1 lakh of orders, 1 lakh of orders you're having in this way. So tell me, can I able to do it manually in this way? It's not possible. That is not possible. For example, one more scenario I'll tell you. Focus, guys, please concentrate. You need to understand these examples, then only you will understand the importance of each step. I told you here just 5 orders are there, so you're able to write it easily. Am I right? What if you have some large amount of data of 1 lakh of orders? You can't able to do it manually in this way. You need some skill set. That's the reason I told Python, SQL, Power BI. Those are important. Those are needed for us. So the next step we are going to perform here is performing the analysis. I'm going to call it as data visualization, or else you can also call it as an EDA. What is meant by EDA? Let me write it here. EDA stands for exploratory data analysis. Okay, exploratory data analysis. So we are going to explore the data, find out the analysis from that particular data. So what is meant by data visualization? Simple. Data visualization in the sense representing your data in the form of charts and graphs. Whatever the data you're having, you just show that information in the terms of graphs, like bar chart, line chart, pie chart. These kind of charts and graphs I'm going to use to represent my information. That is what I'm calling as data visualization. So easy way, if you want to write, I'll say graphical representation of data. Graphical representation of data is called as data visualization. So we are going to do this data visualization to understand the insights easily. How easily? For example, I told you you're only having 3 products. From this, I'm asking a question. Tell me which product is giving me more profit. Easily you can say it's a laptop. I am having in this manner some 1000 orders are there and their profits information are stored. So I'm asking you, tell me what is the product giving me more profit. You need to do some sorting and all lot of things you need to do and tell me the answer. But easily how you can understand by using the visuals. I will show you now how to use these visuals. I will draw a simple chart. Okay. I guess most of you know about how to build a bar charts and all, right, in the basic mathematics. So I will show you now. See, consider this is your y-axis, this is your x-axis, and I'm going to take here the information. Let me say this is going to be the different types of products. Okay, and here I'm taking it's a profit. So what are the different products I'm having? Laptop is there, one product, television is there, and I have some mobiles. And here I'm taking a scale. So this 1000, if you consider 2000, this is a 3000. So how to draw the graph? For example, if you want to draw the graph, okay, want to draw the graph. Suppose I'm taking the product for laptop. Product of laptop gave me some 3000 rupees of profit. Okay, and some product of TV or televisions gave me some 2000 rupees of profit. And what about the mobiles? It gave me only 1500 rupees of profit. So this is the way I can draw the graph, right? So by looking at this graph, what people can understand? If I share this particular graph, if I share this particular graph with the clients, whatever the analysis or visualizations you have done in the 4th step, in the 5th step, you're going to just share the reports with the clients. That is called as data storytelling also. Data storytelling or else sharing the reports to the clients, anything you can call. So when I share this report with the clients, what clients are going to understand, okay, by looking at this graph, laptops are giving me more profit. Okay, this product is going fine, but where is the problem actually? It's the mobiles. I am getting less profit. Why is it so? This is what is the insight. Less profit is provided by the mobiles. More profit is given by the laptops. No issues. But why mobiles are giving me less profit? They wanted to focus more on that mobiles and improve the profit they are going to get on that particular mobiles. So how to improve? They are taking some decisions. So they came to know that in their company they are selling some iPhones and some Samsung phones. That's it. No other brands they're selling. So as they're selling only these two brands, they're not getting much profit. So they're thinking to add some other brands. Let me say some Realme brand or some Poco brand or some whatever the brands you have. So if they add these other two brands to your already additional ones, you don't know, maybe your profit might increase. If you are able to understand this kind of decision you can able to take, you can understand about your business by using what? Your data analysis. In that I'm using what? Data visualization. These types of charts and graphs are what we are going to develop in the Power BI or in the Tableau, guys. We are going to understand these things in our skill set of Tableau, Power BI also, how to prepare these visuals and all. See, these data visualization is very much easy for people to understand the result. If I go and say some SQL query or some Python code, some non-technical clients can't able to understand, but if you just show them this kind of charts and graphs, anybody can understand it easily. That is what here we are targeting. We are going to target here to provide the best possible results understanding for the clients through this data visualization. So that is the step here I have explained. So let me clear everything here now. So just let us focus on the next step. Once you perform the data visualization, then the fifth step is going to be, sorry, so the fifth step is going to be share the reports with the clients. Share the reports with the clients, and we can also call it as data storytelling. Okay, you can also call it as what? Data storytelling. So that's how you people can able to see the steps. So once you join in the company as a data analyst, you are going to work on these steps only. Sometimes you'll work in the data collection part. Okay, sometimes you might work in the only data cleaning. Sometimes you'll work in the data visualization alone. So different skill set are needed to work on these particular subjects or these particular steps. What are those skill set? Before I explain you that what are the subjects or the skill set we are going to cover for you, this particular steps involved I'm going to explain you within other easy process called as cooking process. I guess most of you know in the real time scenarios, day-to-day life, you know about cooking process, right? Suppose let's say when you're in the home, suppose it's like a festival. So when mother wants to prepare some food item, what they will do, first of all, they will come and ask the family members like what type of food item they want to eat on that day. That is generally what it's a basic step of understanding the requirements of the family members. Am I right? Here the first step is also in this data analysis what you're going to do. Here also I'm just performing understanding the requirements of the business. Same way I am also going to understand the requirements of the family members, what the kind of food item they want to eat on that day. Once you understand the requirements of the family members, what you will do, you will finalize one product or for one food item, I mean to say. Suppose you finalize some chicken biryani you wanted to prepare on that particular day. So for preparing that food item, you need some ingredients, right? The second step is what? You need some ingredients, you need to bring it. Suppose some of the ingredients are not available in home. You'll go to the market to bring that food items. So what are the things you need? You are going to buy it. And one more thing is that in the market, there will be hundreds of varieties of ingredients will be available. But what you're going to buy only needed for you to prepare the chicken biryani. Let's say we wanted to prepare some chicken biryani, went for the market, and there are some potatoes are there, some onions are there, some tomato is there, and some kind of brinjals are there. Like different types of vegetables are there. So what are the required things for you? You might need onion, you might need tomato, but you don't need potato or you don't need some brinjal as a vegetable items to prepare this chicken biryani. Am I right? What are the things needed for you to prepare your particular food item? You are only going to buy that. That is what here data collection or gathering. I'm only going to focus on bringing some food items that is needed for me. That is the same thing we are doing in the data analysis. The needed data, I'm going to bring it. Whatever the data I have brought or vegetables I have brought, now I need to clean those vegetables, right? Wash them. You have brought some onions and tomatoes, you will wash them first. After washing, what you will do, you'll cut them into small pieces. That big size onion, you're going to make it a small size. That is called as data cleaning or transformations. You're transforming that to small pieces. Once you do that, next thing is what you're going to do, you're going to start cooking whatever the cut pieces you have been made, everything you're going to put into the pan and stove. You are going to start with making the food item. That is nothing but what? Visualization, in the sense representing your entire vegetables, ingredients that you brought as a nice biryani or the food item that you're making. Same way, my data, whatever I'm having in the table format, I'm just representing it in the form of some visuals. That is what I mean to say. The fourth step is about cooking, and in the final end product, what you're going to get, I'm going to share with the family members. That is how I am able to replicate the cooking process with our data analysis steps. So very easily you can able to remember now. Next time when anybody asks you, please try to follow this process to explain them. It will be much more interesting for you to remember also. Okay, so that is about the steps involved in the data analysis. I told you now to work on those particular steps, you need some skill set. So what are the skills you need? I'm going to teach you people here Excel, statistics, SQL, Power BI or Tableau, and you're going to also learn Python here in our data analysis course. So these are the skills that I am going to teach you people in this data analysis course. There are so many types of skills in the market. So to perform this data analysis, you are only going to learn the skills that is needed for you to get a job as a data analyst, because our aim is to get a job. I can't learn some hundreds of skill set. What are the skills most of the times companies are asking? I am only going to focus on those particular skills to get a job. So to get a job, these are the skills that is needed for us. And I'm going to teach each and every skill for you people from basics to advanced. Okay, every skill set, whatever I'm going to teach, it is going to be started from basics until the advanced part. You no need to worry about it thinking I don't know what is SQL, I don't know what is Python, I don't know even Excel also. Can I able to learn this data analysis course? That kind of doubt you might be having. Yes, you can learn it, because I will cover from basics to advanced. So if somebody is teaching you directly in between the skill set, you can't able to understand. But here I am going to teach everything from basics to advanced with the latest contents. Okay, guys, someone please check your mic. Okay, so whatever the skill set that I'm going to teach, it is going to be covered from the basics to advanced, making it much more easy for people to understand with more real life examples. And every skill set is going to be covered with the latest industry trends, because I am actually, I told you right in the beginning, I am working as a data analyst. Whatever the things in my company we are going to perform on these types of skill set, the latest advancements, everything I'm going to teach you in this course also. That is advantage you'll get if your trainer is already working as a data analyst. So that kind of understanding I am going to provide for you in every subject that I'm going to teach from basics to advanced, with 15 plus real-time projects going to be covered for you in this course. 15 plus real-time projects are going to be covered for you in this data analyst course. So how these 15 plus will be, from every subject I'm going to teach you one project with different types of business domains. At the same time, I'm also going to ask you people to do some extra projects apart from what I discuss with you. So both of us combined here, 15 plus real-time projects we need to achieve by the end of this course. If you can follow these suggestions and whatever the things we are going to do in the day-to-day classes, I'm pretty much sure by the end of this course, you can become a 3 to 4 years of experienced data analyst. Okay, a 3 to 4 years of experienced data analyst you can become if you can follow the suggestions and the projects that we're going to discuss here. See, these projects are very much important, guys. It will be possible for you to place these projects in the resume and show it as your data analyst experience. If you are a fresher, say that I have done these projects and I have a complete skill set of a data analyst, and you can able to apply for the jobs. If you're an experienced person, you can tell that in my company I have worked on this particular project and show it as a data analyst experience. No background verification problem, because you have already experience certificate and PF and all. So if you are having some career gap, so the thing for you is you need to showcase these projects on a high level basis to tell that in my gap, even though I'm having some career gap, I have mostly focused on upskilling myself and I have done this particular project. And you need to showcase these projects to fill your gap, so that for every kind of person these projects are going to be really helpful for you. Easily you people can able to fit into any kind of domains if you can able to follow these projects and the skill set that we are going to teach you. So along with these things, I'm going to share with you a lot of data sets. Okay, day-to-day notes is going to be shared, recordings are going to be shared on day-to-day basis. Today's recording also going to be forwarded for you people after this particular demo session. So I will send all the total 3 free classes, because we promised 3 free classes in this data analysis course for every one of you. Today is the first free class. Second free class and third free classes also recordings will be shared with you people. So the recordings and also the materials, in the sense the PDFs and all related to the course for every subject, the PDFs are going to be shared with you people. So you no need to maintain even running notes also. PDF will be shared. So how the PDF will be looking like? For it's just a sample, you can see this is for the sequel. I have written this particular textbook, so you can just have a look at it. What are the different types of things and all? It will be easily understandable for you. You no need to worry about anything. You can just have a look about this complete skill set, what we are going to teach. That kind of PDFs are going to be shared with you all, making it easy for students to understand and maintain. And recordings are very much helpful. Even though you miss any class, recording will be there. You can go through that, and view access is going to be provided after completion of the course. Also for 1 to 2 years the recordings will be there. You don't need to worry about it. Okay. And also guys, here I'm going to share with you a lot of assignments. Okay, we are going to conduct the exams also. Just have a look at it. This is how one of our SQL batch also can see assignments, project details, notes, the recordings. So everyday recordings are going to be shared with you people on the day-to-day basis. So the recordings are going to be shared with you all, and the assignments, exams, project details, everything. Along with that, I'm going to help you people in the resume building classes, because when you go for applying any jobs, the resume is a very primary thing. So that resume building is going to happen here. And also how to place the projects, how to explain the projects in the interviews, I will be going to help you in all those things. So apart from this resume building, I am also going to help you people in sharing the important interview questions from every subject. Important interview questions for every subject. And even the mock interviews also I'm going to conduct. So what is this mock interviews? One-on-one interview I'll be going to take with every student. I'll schedule the mock interviews. I'll help you in understanding how the actual job interviews are going to look like, so that you can keep ready for yourself. When you get the actual job interview, you no need to worry. How the actual interviews are going to be, I will be going to show you in the mock interviews. I'll take a mock interview separately for every student in the end of the data analysis course, and it will be easy for you to go for the actual job interviews. And from our institute side, you're going to get the placement assistance until you get the job. Okay, placement assistance until you people get the job. And also the course completion certificate also going to be shared with you. Course completion certificate is also going to be shared with you people. Along with that, I am also extending my help to help you in achieving the Microsoft Azure certifications. So for this, you need to write down an exam with Microsoft. Once you pass the exam, they'll give you the certificate. So how to attempt the exam, which exams you can target, how to get some free certifications. There are actually free certifications available. Usually you need to pay some exam fees and write down the exam, but we have some free certifications also available. You can write down the exam without paying any amount to Microsoft. Okay, so those free certifications also will help you with. So along with all these things guys, this course has been completely placed with an excellent kind of trending technologies accumulated with our artificial intelligence also. And the duration of this course here is going to be total 4 months of duration. And the class timings guys, we are going to have classes daily from Monday to Friday, daily 1 hour of class. And even few days of Saturdays also, we are going to have the classes of 1 hour. And the class timings are morning 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in both offline as well as online. We have both classes in the offline as well as online. You can attend in any mode. Offline you can come, or online also, that is fine. So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. the classes are going to be there. And we have other batch timings also. So other batches also we are having. With respect to morning time, we have 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. class. It is also both offline and online. And in the coming days, we also planning to have some evening batches. But as of now, we have running 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. batch. So the advantage here is focus on this one. You can join 9 to, I mean to say 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in both offline and online. You can come for offline class also if possible. And people who are interested to complete the course in less amount of time, if you join in one batch, it will take 4 months of time to complete the course. No sir, I don't want to spend 4 months. I want to complete the course as soon as possible, like 2 months or 2.5 months or 3 months, like that. There is a possibility you can attend both the classes. 9 to 10 you attend, 10 to 11 also attend both the class. I am only the faculty who will teach you. And You can attend in any batch. You don't need to pay any extra amount for that. No extra amount to pay for completing the course in less amount of time. Normal registration fees only. You can attend both the classes. You can attend both the classes. Learn 2 subjects per day. 9 to 10 a.m. one subject, 10 to 11 a.m. one subject. Like that, if you people can learn, it will be easy for you to complete the course in less amount of time. That kind of feasibility we're providing for the students. Okay, you don't need to worry about the duration here. If you are interested, if you have the time, attend both the classes. 9 to 10 you attend, 10 to 11 also you attend, so that you can complete the course in less amount of time. That is the opportunity we are providing for the students. If you're interested, you can just avail that opportunity. Okay, it's not mandatory. So this kind of way we are providing maximum flexibility with the students to give the more importance for them. Okay, the skill set also try to focus here. Every subject is going to be covered from basics to the advanced with 15 plus real-time projects, and every subject is designed here in such a way to grasp the real-time knowledge of a data analyst. Okay, so today's class I have only focused on providing you the introduction part of data analysis. I know that there are still few things left to discuss, because I never told you what is SQL used for, why Python is using here, why Power BI is using, what is the role of this Power BI, what is the role of statistics, and what is the role of Python. These kind of things I have not discussed. What are the tools I'm going to use, what is the duration of each and every subject. These kind of details we have not discussed in this first class, but these details we are going to cover in the second free class. So when is the second free class? So second free class is on, you can see the calendar guys, today's date is 25th, and next Wednesday, which is on 3rd of the December. Okay, so next December at 10 a.m. in both offline and online, the classes are going to happen. Either you come for offline class, I'll be available here, or else you can join in the online also. There is no problem, no difference will be there in the sharing content wise. Okay, if you want any interactions, you can just come for offline. In the online also, you can just give me a call even after the demo. If anybody want to talk to me one on one, you can just let the team know. They'll provide you my contact number, you can directly get in touch with me. And the second free class is on 3rd December at 10 a.m. So you can able to join in that particular class to get the better details, and the batch will start at 3rd December. In the sense, second free class 3rd December, third free class 4th December, it will continue. Okay, only gap is between first and second class. After that, it will continue from the second class onwards. So that is how the design has been for this data analysis course with us. So we are going to teach you very important concepts in a much more easiest way, from basics to advanced, with more real-time projects. That is very much efficient in our way to teach you. Okay, so that's it from my side for today's session. I will stop up to here for today. Please let